Crisper Roots was on vacay last week, but this week we got a couple interesting items related in my head. Sonny Sweeney's album, Still Provoked, and Hanna Juanita, Tennessee Songbird. Hanna Juanita, the Tennessee Songbird. All right. Even though that song is actually about birds, I think. All right, Sonny Sweeney. And I guess I'll try to tell you how I think of these things together in a pair. Sonny Sweeney, really fine country singer and writer. I've been following her a long time. All right, I kind of fell for her in 2006-07 when she put out her debut album, Heartbreakers Hall of Fame, and I was going through a divorce or a breakup at that moment, and I listened to that pretty heavy. One song on there has killed me ever since. A little thing called Lavender Blue. And for one reason or another, this ends up on many playlists that I make. I just love this song. Give you a little sample of it. This is from 2007, Big Machines, the label's re-release of Heartbreakers Hall of Fame, an independent release initially.
Are you thinking about me, baby? Wondering how I'm doing? 'Cause that old lonely feeling ever overcome you? When you're out in the sunshine, does it ever cross your mind? You took my red heart and made it lavender blue. Someday you'll say, why did I throw our love away? You will be like me, lavender blue.
Okay, well, that'll tell you something about what Sydney Sweeney does. Sydney Sweeney. I said Sydney Sweeney. Sonny Sweeney is not Sydney Sweeney. It might be almost a little uncomfortable since Sydney Sweeney is one of the biggest movie star in the world right now. And this is Sonny Sweeney. Nobody's fault, really, just a coincidence. But yet, I'm going to say it wrong over and over again. She's a beautiful country singer. She's not a ravisher like a Dolly or like a Emmy Lou or something like that. It's pretty nasal. It's high. It's kicking ass though, and she's got beautiful timing. It reminds me of sort of Loretta Lynnish approach, like sort of I'm here to kick your ass, actually. And plus, I just am a natural, drawing, excellent country singer, doing traditional country through a whole period where that wasn't the thing. Right. So I'm glad to see anything, especially anything successful from Sonny Sweeney. Like I said, I've been following her all this time. One thing that's kind of interesting about Sonny Sweeney, the last couple albums, she's got a little line in country kink, which is not even a genre, all right? Not even a thing. The last album had a thing, I put a top 10 in 2022 for Splice Today, her last album. I'm trying to remember what it was called now. Married Alone. Married Alone? And, she had a song in there called Tie Me Up. And, she's in her late 40s now, I think. I started listening to her when she was in her 20s, I guess. But this Kinkster thing is working a little bit for Gillian Anderson. Is it Gillian? Nicole Kidman right now. Might be kind of interesting. But this album is not that. This is a re-recorded, a la Taylor Swift or whatever, re-recording of her 2014 album, Provoked. This is called Still Provoked. The new album's called Still Provoked. And there are reasons to do this, and there are reasons not to do it. Okay, the reason not to do it is that 2014 album, Provoked, was excellent, and there's nothing really wrong with the recordings either. You know what I mean? It's not like it was professionally recorded. Okay, so there's one reason not to do it is that these songs have already been adequately presented. That's true of Taylor as well, putting it mildly. On the other hand, these are incredibly strong songs, and they didn't get enough attention, not even close. Okay, she has had a career that must be somewhat frustrating. It's like a MIDI career, we might say. Like her singles tend to top out in the teens or 20s, all right? Maybe that last album kind of tanked, actually. She has never made it to like number one. Her From a Table Away around 2010, 12, I'm trying to remember now, was her top hit. And I was number 10, something like that. That's a frustrating career. Like, there's a new album out by a guy named Craig Campbell called Almost Greatest Hits, I think. And it gives it collects some of his songs, and then the song is titled by its chart number, and it's like number 16, number 23, number 32. And that's an expression of bitterness and that's kind of where Sunny Sweeney's been hanging, and it should have been better. And Provoked should have been way better, okay? These are songs she wrote with Angelina Presley. Right? Many of these songs Sunny Sweeney wrote with Natalie Hemby. Okay? That's one of the high women. That's a woman who's had 10 number one hits, something like that, man. She writes for everybody. She wrote a bunch of the greatest Miranda Lambert songs, and I bow to no one in my admiration for Miranda. Some of her best songs are written by Natalie Hemby. Well, and so is this. And so are maybe the best songs on Provoked. And also, I guess, just to justify a little bit more, I love the production on this, on Still Provoked. It's built around two acoustic guitars, basically, one playing rhythm and one playing lead. And man, they're played great. And these songs, you can't really justify, they didn't need to be reproduced, but if you were going to reproduce them, they didn't try to do too much. They just did a real solid, momentum-preserving acoustic interpretation. Or at least emphasizing acoustic guitars. Now, here's a great song by Sunny Sweeney and Natalie Hemby. Used Cars.
Some people think that living is better with bells and whistles and seats made of leather, but I find joy in an old joyride that needs a jump start every once in a while. Like a diamond in the rough, there's a gem waiting in the junkyard. Used cars, owned or driven previously, it's always turned out to be a blessing to me. You take the latest model for a spin off the lot, hit the main drag and the value drops. I saw the potential of a real love sitting in park. Used cars, just when I was thinking all the good ones were gone, I found one woman's wreck and made him someone I could count on. No, you didn't look broken down, but I could tell you had a broken heart.
Well, that's my favorite recording right now. The song sounded great on Provoked. It's not that I didn't notice it. Although I might not have really grokked it was Natalie Hemby, okay? And maybe I didn't really know who Natalie Hemby was then. Pre-High Women and all that. Angelina Presley of Pistol Annies, okay? So I guess these are the two top girl groups. But anyway, and they put together Provoked, this great suite of songs. There's a couple new covers of a Dylan song, and Can't Let Go, old rockabilly thing. How about this one by Natalie Hemby and Sonny Sweeney? Backhanded Compliment.
Seems like you have lost a lot of weight. You must have confidence to wear that dress. And it's too bad that you have not had more success. I think I like you better as a blonde. Has anyone told you you look like your mom? I love that you don't care about your looks, and nothing that you do is ever by the books. Do you ever think before you speak, or was that an insult intentionally? You talk to me without an invitation, make it an awkward conversation. Too bad your big mouth never came with words to say what you really meant. Piss off and thanks again, my friend, for your backhanded compliment.
All right, man. This is good writing, man. Very good, I think. Songs like "You Don't Know Your Husband." Is that Angelina?
You don't know your husband like you think you do.
By Angelina Presley,
Tell you
Mark
something
D. Sanders,
that
Sonny Sweeney.
you don't know who the hell he is when he's not near you. You don't know your husband.
I just dig this arrangement.
Last time when you called him, I was sitting
Simple,
on
strum.
his lap. He had his hand up under my sweater, rubbing on my back. He was looking in my eyes and telling you lies.
Well, I'm just giving you a slight flavor of that one. You don't know your husband. All right. Now, I'm supposed to switch, aren't I? All right. I can do it. All right. Now, let's talk about the Tennessee Songbird, Hanna Juanita. I gather, I don't have much biography on her. This is her second record. This one called Tennessee Songbird, and I gather that she was raised very religious in Tennessee, in Chattanooga, maybe, and then split out, then returned to Nashville. And I guess when I found her, I just found her this week, it reminded me of finding Sonny Sweeney in 2007, right? Similar vocal range, similar kick-ass attitude, similar traditional orientation. I mean, I'm glad to see when Sonny showed up in 2007, I was like, oh, I'm so glad someone like this can still arise, like a real country singer, right? Like I hadn't heard Miranda at that moment, She was arriving too, right in there, maybe trying to remember. Well, I again in 2024, I'm going like, I'm listening to this record and her first record and going, oh, yeah, so glad someone like this can arise, a traditional country singer. And she's similar again, like I'd say, like she's not Dolly Parton, Emmylou ravishing beauty as a singer. She's a kick-ass, Loretta-ish attitude and excellent timing and everything singer. So Hanna Juanita. Let me give you one of the attitude pieces, and I mean I think this could be from Sonny's oeuvre. Oeuvre, 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 oeuvre. Granny's Cutlass Supreme, featuring Riley Downing.
Like the queen of the south. Hose on her hand, Virginia Slim hanging out of her mouth. Country music there, all the neighbors there. But you ain't never seen nothing like the sheen on Granny's Cutlass Supreme.
I don't really know how old these people are, but I'm thinking maybe Hanna Juanita could be, Sonny Sweeney could be Hanna Juanita's cool aunt. You know what I mean? The young aunt, the hip aunt that you could talk to about sex and drinking and stuff like this, you know. Sonny is that for Hanna Juanita, but they probably never met each other. But I bet Hanna Juanita knows Sonny Sweeney's work. I don't know, though. Not that it's a copy or anything. She can just do like a much more, you know, they're not all novelty songs like that, I guess. Not at all. How about this, like, sort of solid, well, all right, I'll play you one more song. Just to show you the solid talent underneath, you know, some of the amusing lyrics and stuff like this. This is a beautiful song. I think the number one subject of country music, you might think it's trucks, you might think it's mama or something, prison or whatever. The number one subject of country music is country music. So many country music songs are about country music. You know, anyway, and so is this one. It's called Mother Country Music. I don't love most of the country music songs about country music. They're just a little too meta. You know, go ahead and make me cry. Don't tell me that you cried when you heard country music right there. But this is really good. It's a really good composition, actually. And it's a beautiful vocal performance, I think, that really shows. You know, these albums by her, especially the first one, are not fully produced in a way. Like she could really use an influx of cash, and but they're pretty clean traditional productions too. They sketch out what these things should sound like, really. And this is above average in that regard, I think, too. Mother Country Music by Hanna Juanita, the Tennessee Songbird. nurtured me in childhood, Mother Country Music. And why do you believe it? Well, you kind of believe it because she's overtracking harmonies with herself and it's just so fucking beautiful. All right. Well, you gotta believe it. She shows it. She demonstrates it. Beyond doubt. All right. So that's the 35th episode or so of CRISPR Roots, featuring the great, still undervalued Sunny Sweeney and her niece, Hanna Juanita. Catch you later.